WaltersWorld.com.
I was just an average dude, neckbeard sitting in my bedroom, smoking on a little some green Buddha. Eat some crappy British food, never leave the house without a fedora. Never really leave or ever go out. Online's where I get to be rude, video games will never break my arm. It's when I saw the fucking witch Anita and the feminist frequency talking about people like me, saying gamers are mean, we don't like the left. She said that she's a gamer since she's 10, and she wanna bring down all the gamer men. That's when the nerd rage hit me and then transformed to the warlord I became. Look what you done. I'm the motherfucking Sargon. Look what you done. I'm the motherfucking Sargon. Every day women wanna put me out. Every day YouTube try to take me down. Try to come after my Patreon. It's like I'm taking on a feminist G.I. Martin Luther King by today's child. It's called the Uncle Tom that should get fired. Just feel bad that I wouldn't rape her. Trevor Noah put a claim on a fucking picture. And now the media label me alt-right Klansman Nazi, because I'm anti-identity like my white male founding father relatives. I've been anointed the new face of the defense of a Western civilization, mostly defending my brain from integration and defending my neck from a razor blade. Look what you done. I'm the motherfucking Sargon. Look what you done. I'm the motherfucking Sargon. Industry badges, internet friends hanging at the convention. Front row with Andy and the Chris's, waiting for a panel, buy some business. Women here to give a talk about the struggles of being girls and stuff. No one is looking to disrupt. Autism's all that we have in common. And then I saw Anita look at me, and she's the beauty to my beast. And then she pointed and said, I'll be garbage human, little sexist piece of shit. But if I could ask your grace, how's it feel looking at the face of the monster you created? Just wanted to play video games. Look what you done. I'm the motherfucking Sargon. Look what you done. I'm the motherfucking Sargon. Look what you done. I'm the motherfucking Sargon. Look what you done. I'm the motherfucking Sargon.
I tell you what, I thought that'd be a great way to start this out. I had to do this today. It's an off day. Yeah, there's lots of stuff going on in the world, but we'll talk about some of that tomorrow on Church, regular show with the Britisher and conscious, the common sense guy, excuse me, and myself, and we'll get into some of the news stuff. Here, let me just give you all a little bit of history on an ancient mythos. Millennia ago, right after the catastrophic event, whatever that may have been, the flood, whatever it was, there arose a man named Nimrod. The Bible talks about him. It says Nimrod was a mighty hunter before God. And he's attributed to many things, to ridding the world of dinosaurs, meat-eating huge T-Rexes, that he got these people together, and he himself was a mighty hunter before the Lord. He vanquished a lot of the bad things that were on earth. Well, he died. He got old and died. And he had a wife, Semiramis, and he had a son, Tammuz. And on Tammuz's 21st birthday, he decided to go and pay homage to his father, the mighty hunter before the Lord. And he was going to slay the boar. Not the boar in South Africa, if you're watching Conscious Caracol, the boar, the mighty wild boar. Well, the boar slew him, slew Tammuz. A lot of people think this is where we get the mythos of the pagan Roman Catholic version of Mary, God the Father, God the Son, and Jesus and Mary. When you look at the depictions of Mary in blue with the baby and the blue and the white, it all does stem back. It's very hard for me because when I see that, it's like, that's not very Christian. It's very Roman Catholic. It's very pagan. Well, anyway, let me get back on topic. So you have this mythos about this mighty hunter before the Lord, Sargon of Akkad, Nimrod. Who knows what his real name was? I incline toward Nimrod. And that who knows how they pronounced it, though. We don't even know how things were pronounced in Latin, because it's a dead language. We can guess, and we pretty much think we know, but we don't know. We've never heard a Roman use Latin, dead language. And so is Sumerian, which would have been where Semiramis. People point to Semiramis being the progenitor of this mythos because her son, as I said, was slain by the boar on his 21st birthday. Tammuz was trying to pay homage to his father, the mighty Nimrod. And of course, she was distraught. She'd lost her husband, she'd lost her son, and she wanted to bring her son into this mythos. It's said, mind you, this is thousands of years ago. And so we have this, it comes right down and boils down to Easter. The whole Easter tradition of eating ham comes from Tammuz trying to slay the boar, but the boar slays him. There's a pregnant lesson buried in this. Sargon of Akkad is a friend of mine. I dig the guy. And by friend, I mean, we've talked once, like, where I could hear him talk back. But I count him among my acquaintances that I actually like. And there's a pregnant lesson in this mythos of the real, the true, the one and the only Sargon of Akkad that was Nimrod, the mighty hunter before God. We need to play the part of Semiramis right now, constant viewer. This is an off day. There's not going to be a ton of people here. I'm going to do my little, at the most, an hour rant and get out of here. But we need to play the part of Semiramis. We need to stand up and say, listen, this is ridiculous. I can't fathom right now. And I'm digging into the whys and wherefores. Oh, people are going to say, well, this is some kind of karma because there was an alleged list. Well, all I know about any list about getting people false flagged and whatnot is Sargon of Akkad denounced any list that I've ever seen. He never said that he was backing anything like that. Please, if someone can see that, show it to me. There's no case where Sargon, Carl, came out and said, oh, let's false flag these people and do these people like they would do it. Never. He shit posts these people. He trolls these people. He's one of the best trolls I've ever seen. I watched Ren. Ren is a girl. She's just on here the other day. If you don't know her, go sub to her. If you follow me on Twitter, you'll see I sent something out earlier today about go sub to this girl. She's great. You know, in her video, you could really see that, you know, they were talking trash about Sargon flew all these miles to go to VidCon just to sit there in the front row with Dworsky's and whatnot. No, gotta be kidding me, man. That's not why he went. No, since he was there, he might as well take part in that. And he might as well go and see this. You look at the man sitting there. He really did. I mean, I've seen some really great videos about this topic, on this subject. show it. Like I'm having a threat, and it shows Sargon down the street like a block, and he turns into a shark and turns back into Sargon and turns into a shark. Like a shark's any danger on land anyway. We need to be like Semiramis. We need to look, this has messed me up. Usually I don't talk. No one out here listening right now can remember in the recent past where the ogres got on a live stream to simply do a rant where I just piss off into the camera, which is what's happening and what's going to continue to happen. And that's because this affects me. Damn it. You know, James Woods follows me. If they ban him, I would be lucky if I get him to follow me again. If he ever remembers why he started following me, it would be amazing because anyway. So I don't want him to take James Woods down. Once in a while, I ask him a question. He usually answers, man. He's a really cool cat. I don't, and that's what happened with Sargon. Sugar Tits, I'm friends with her. I don't want to follow her and she follows me. I want to be able to send her something. I think I have once and she responded. But we follow each other for months. I don't pester people like this because I want to have an in with them. Well, they've screwed me on Sargon, haven't they? Because the only thing I've ever mailed it, I ever sent it, I'm going to look it up right now while I got you here. And if it's at all even remotely personal, of course I won't share it. But as it stands, I don't believe it was anything. I don't even know if it'll still come up. They banned him. Oh, it's going to be way down here buried. Oh, man. Does y'all stuff like start flipping when you go down fast? Mine does. Like go down to the bottom of the old list. Man, some of these I can't believe they're still on here. So long it's been, and you meet people online and they come and go. Some of them are good, some of them are, you know, not so good. Oh man, I'm getting up close here and he's got to be, So Sargon of Akkad. Apparently, I don't even see the old DMs because I shot him something and said thank you. That was the extent of it, though. I shot him a thing, was like thank you. He shot me a thing back and was like, no, it was a pleasure, mate. And now, okay, the British and I supposed to have him on. The British got it worked out. I mean, it was nothing was set in stone, or we wouldn't be worried about it. You know, he would have it written in his calendar or something. But we got this thing coming up with Sargon. And who could get a hold of the guy? I can't get. This wasn't a punishment only of Sargon of Akkad. This is hurting the Britisher. It's hurting myself. It's hurting untold amount of people that get a hold of Sargon in this fashion. You know, and call me whatever you want, egocentric, or, you know, am I a bad guy because I am worried about, well, yeah, of course, we're all worried about ourselves. I'm freaking pissed off, man. So let me look back through this. I haven't yet. And while I talk, I'll just zoom through this and see what y'all have been saying. But the problem that I have is this. If they can take Sargon down, they can take anybody down. Who knows what's happened? Yeah, and of course, I'm talking about Google's leftist agenda. ZK, you know I am, man. There's no other agenda at all to talk about when it comes to Google. They're so left. They just fired that dude, man. Didn't Julian Assange give the man a job that I believe we'll be talking about that with Matt Christensen this Monday. I don't get too sidetracked on this because what it comes down to is this. You know, and everybody's probably thinking, oh, well, Sargon's got he doesn't have a bunch of followers. He doesn't have a bunch of subs. To you and I, he does. He's got 600,000, whatever it is, 700,000 subs. So to you and I, it's a lot. Boogie's got, what, over 2 million? PewDiePie's got millions. Shoe on Head has millions. There's people that have millions and millions, 14, 15 million subs. So in the wide world of things, no. He's a little fish in a big ocean. And if they can take him down, who's next, man? I mean, good gracious. They are not. This is how it should be. Fine. If you want to punish the guy, and I don't think they should punish Sargon. Take this out of context if you will. But if they want to punish the guy and they want to say, you know, you did something wrong on Twitter, therefore, you can't tweet overtly for X amount of time or for forever, but you shouldn't be able to stop someone's DM. in there. That's making it about as all about me as I possibly can. Because yes, what I'm saying is, I can't get a hold of the guy. Britisher can't get a hold of the guy. There's untold other people whose main way of getting a hold of Sargon of Akkad was to hit him up through Twitter, and now that's gone. What in the world? What did he do so bad? Anybody tell me yet? What did he do so bad that he would get suspended? Funny, I was watching Sargon and Coach Red Pill. Was a bit strange. Yeah, a lot of his stuff is strange, especially his live streams and live streams he's on. He comes on this live stream. The guy's very cool about going on a lot of different things. So, you might see Sargon on something that just is way out of what you would, it's not very Sargon-esque. All right. So remember, folks, what we were talking about was the idea of Sargon of Akkad, the original Nimrod, the mighty hunter before God, and Semiramis and their child. I sometimes forget it. I just said it like 10 times before. Tammuz, who was slain by the boar. This boar, this hog, this filthy swine is trying to destroy our little good time. And somebody says they really enjoy these streams. Aaron, the random chicken, our farm chickens, I appreciate that. And that's the problem. They want to erase this. Think they don't? I'm in a position where I don't really care about being funded. I don't care about making any money. There's no super chat right now. Now in church, 3 days, well, it won't be 3 days a week because we're going to do it at the Britishers channel a couple days a week, probably starting here pretty soon in the next month or so. But at least 1 day a week when church is held here on this channel, we'll have super chat. That super chat will go to the Britisher who just spent, I can't remember what he said, 1,600 pounds, 1,600 quid on a new computer. And who this is something that is different for him than it is for me. A, in the amount of time he puts into it. And B, and what has always been the goal or something to reach for the Britisher. For myself, of course, not would I like to make money doing this. Of course I would, of course. But if I did, it would be because there was such an overflow of funds that someone would come and say, well, here, so did we look at Sargon? No, it's not the case. $6,000 some a month on Patreon. We all know that because of the Anita Sarkeesian thing. At jeopardy, apparently, at any time. Now, that's not to say that those people that give him that money, he would switch to something else. He would still probably get those funds, but it would be a hiccup, it would be a problem, it would be a hassle. Break that rice bowl. That's what it's all about, right? Disagree with somebody, just boom. I made a little joke today with somebody on Twitter and was like, hey, follow me, bro. And I didn't realize they were in this circle. And then they were like, oh, if you drama, I'll drop you like a hot potato. And so I was like, what? Whatever. And then I looked and I realized, oh, I see. This is a drama queen I'm talking to that is telling me that if I don't have drama, and that's the whole situation with Sargon right now. These are sexists. Anita Sarkeesian and her ilk, Penny, and all of the crew. You dig it? Cat Black. Y'all know who she is? Big fat black girl, Cat Black. KATBLAQ. You or something? Cat Black. The boar is gonna win on this platform if we don't find some way to get together. If we don't just get together, we don't even need to find a way. We already have it. It's here. It's this crazy thing called social media and the internet. We already have it. What we need to do is utilize it. I encourage the few people listening right now, the 16 folk listening, to put a little pressure on Twitter. I'm going to send some tweets. I'm going to ask why. I'm going to ask why would his DMs be canceled. Look how many people follow this guy who just erased one means of communication for a human being. And I'm going to put his, whatever you want to call it, I'm going to put as much pressure as I can in my own little way on Twitter. I encourage everybody to do that, man. And not just for Sargon. If this happened to Based Mama or Cognitive Thought I would encourage the same thing. I can't bring up too many more names than I already did, but I was involved in something with someone not too long ago, and I don't care what anybody thinks. I put as much pressure as I could, but because I wasn't the person, it's ridiculous, man. In the end, it's not about having a platform. It's about nurturing the idea that you've offended me so bad and you've hurt my feelings so bad that you've got to leave now. You dig it? You know, and leave the platform. You have to go away from freaking Twitter because you hurt my feelings. That is so insane to me that it hurts my feelings. Oh, it looks like we got Warlock Space Channel up in the chat. We got Aram the Random Chicken. We got ZK. Oh, RPR. How you doing, RPR? RPR is going to be a very short deal. I still got about 40 minutes, it looks like, now that I look over. If you feel like saying anything, RPR, just send me a little deal here and tell me you'd like to come in on this, and I'd be happy to shoot you a backdoor link to your Twitter if you're not busy. I wouldn't mind hearing your voice on this, RPR, and because today it would only be you and I, it would be very easy for you to get your sixpence in, as it were, sir. And did you notice there, before I go on to some serious topics again? Oh, how you doing, Noel Faz? Good to see you, brother. Good to see you. Good to see y'all. Unless you're a woman, I didn't mean to misgender you. Good to see you. What is that? How do I say it? Zir. Good to see you, Zir. I'm glad Zir is here. I thought a poet don't know it. So, just a little aside. Summer is a very wonderful time. It's a time for myself and Mrs. Ogre that we can start to feel the benefits. Mrs. Ogre, I believe, is out in the garden right now picking squash. When I'm done with my little rant, I'm going to go back in the kitchen and I'm going to probably make some squash relish. I'm going to be cooking and canning edibles for later. Summer is just a wonderful time. It's a wonderful time if you live where I live because the temperature rarely gets above 85. It's usually, 78 to 80, somewhere around in there. The wind's usually blowing and the sun shines with these beautiful big fat clouds in the sky. It's just such a beautiful place to be. I'll tell you what, I wouldn't trade where I live for anything. So I got to get back into this serious topic. I was up at the store today, little local store, little tiny little place out of the way, middle of nowhere, Michigan. And was talking to the lady behind the counter who was a little bit older than myself, maybe 8-10 years older than myself. And we were, I told her about my friend being suspended from Twitter, about Sargon. Yes, I'm going to continue to call him my friend. He's my friend. And tell her how that affected me, that I was going to have this dude, this acquaintance of mine, back on a little show that I did with a really good friend from England, a Britisher, and how now I can't even get a hold of him and blah, blah, blah. What did he do? And I'd be honest, I looked through, but I didn't see anybody with a solid thing. I think he made a gay joke or something, to be honest. It was something really ridiculous. Okay, here we go. Random question. Yeah, I'm all over, huh? Because this has got me messed up, man. Matt Christensen Monday, folks. Show up for that. If you're here now, you don't want to miss Monday. We're going to have Matt Christensen on for an hour. And we're going to try to have some really good questions. I think we might talk a little bit about the Google debacle with the memo. But here, random question. Am I the only one not fussed or not bothered about events in North Korea? Hard for me to simply say why I'm not that bothered right now, but it's true right now. Well, you're saying you're not that bothered? No. Yesterday I had to, I usually give a wrap up at the end of a live stream, and yesterday I made mention that no, we have this conflict theory. It's part of one of the theories of psychology, social psychology. And in the conflict theory, it says we always have to have a boogeyman, a common enemy, a boogeyman. And that right now just feels like they're trying to shoehorn North Korea into this common enemy boogeyman idea, folks. And no, I'm not worried about North Korea. Even if they did miniaturize it, even if they sent a nuclear weapon and it discharged not too far from here, which is Dow Chemical, and blew me up and killed me, well, then I'd be dead. So I would have nothing to worry about, would I? And if they did that, oh man, it wouldn't matter where they struck. If it was Guam, the United States of America, it would be the end for North Korea. So no, I'm nonplussed. What's up, RPR? Oh, you'll be with me in a second, I'm sure. I just heard a little prump, like you were plugging something in. Whenever you're ready to say, oh, there you are.
Yeah, I was just yeah, as I was saying yesterday on Twitter, there's something rather strange popped up. It was to do with a conversation with let me get to it. Yeah, Coach Red Pill. He was just talking to his mates, and all of a sudden he called out V. Well, what I actually posted in the chat is what he said. What he actually said, and of course V got involved. Then saying like, "What have I done to upset you guys?" And they started going hell for leather at both V. And the basis of it was, "Oh, we're not really interested in Sargon yet. He'll be coming soon." And I thought, oh, this is not nice. This is the guys that are supposed to be on our side, and they're trying to have a pop at Sargon and V.
Now, V, help me know who V is. Vernaculus?
Yes, Vernaculus. Oh. Yeah.
Yeah, he's always getting a lot of crap.
Yeah, because they were started calling him Gypsy and all that stuff. So what, there were quite a few of us out there defending the guy. It was quite strange that just shortly after that, his Sargon's account gets locked. That seemed a bit strange to me.
So what do you know about that? Do you know what reason they've given, if any?
No, it basically started off with Millennial Woe saying he was ready to debate someone, and then Red Pill put his 5 pence worth in, and then they started dissing V, calling him Sargon's little pet spider and stuff like that. And
those boys don't even do anything together, really, to speak of.
I know, it was really, really surreal. It's like, this is not quite what they should be doing.
Huh. Well, I've seen Vernaculus tweeting, so I know that nothing has happened to him. I still don't see. I mean, I looked. I don't know what. Mm-hmm. All I know is, as I said, I can't DM him anymore. He is effectively gone from Twitter.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Come on, kid. You can do better than that. Give me a better shot. Yeah, that was me having a pop at Red Pill. Let's get to the one. What? I had it just now. If I can, I'll do a screen share of it when I.
Anytime, brother. You're on right now.
Come on, kid. I should have prepped this ready. Sorry.
Oh man, hey, this is just a rant stream, man. They can wait. We're just like hanging out today, dude. Don't even worry about it. Because I just want to know what it's about. I mean, what the hell happened? I don't even.
It was just really weird. You said the guy can do some weird stuff anyway, but that was way beyond in my books.
I never understood how they've got. I mean, Sargon's like pasted penises in people's mouths and stuff, and some gay porn and whatnot, and I mean all kinds of stuff. But that's not ever what they get him for. It seems like that. It's always some really mundane, nothing, trumped up charge.
All right, let's have a look at this tweet.
I don't even think they should suspend him for. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff that comes across Twitter. Some of the things on mine says, you got to push a button because it's sensitive material or whatever, and I just push the button and see what it is. I'm a grown adult, but it's not like Twitter doesn't already have things in place. So if that was offensive, they could have just made that chat, that whatever, excuse me, that tweet where, it said that on their RPR. It said like, this is offensive. Push this button if you really want to see it.
Mm-hmm. Right. Screen share now.
I'm screen sharing you right now, mate.
Control Cent. Right. No, I got to try and get the screen share up so you can.
Oh, okay. Oh, I got you.
Yeah.
Think
Right.
about
So
it. It's little
I
green
have.
button on the left.
All right. Do-do-do.
No, and we got Stepwise saying they didn't give no reason.
Right. Window
Fuck.
application. All right. Sorry about this, guys.
Oh no, don't worry. I'm just reading some of the comments, and it's just funny. Vaughn says vernacular sounds like he should be selling insurance with the rest of the meerkats. I just thought that was funny. I mean, there's some really good comments back here. That was just one that tickled me pretty good. Yeah, whenever you get it, bro, it's no big deal. I'll screen share it.
Oh, this system is just so slow.
Yeah, I've got so many hundreds and hundreds of freaking tweets that I can't seem to find anything when I want to anyway. I did see this. Conscious Caracal sent me this right here. It's kind of cool. Completely off topic. It's a caracal eating something. He was in a ding dong today. So a lot of my friends tend to get in these philosophical. Oh, here we go.
Here we go. This is where it's all started. I'll scroll down slowly. I'm not sure if you're catching any of this.
Oh yeah, they can catch it all, but we want to kind of what was one that was bumming you out? Let's see. Like clearly, all y'all caused him some fairly serious butt hurt on one topic or another. Who are they talking about right there?
They're talking about V and Sargon.
So V, no, that's not verniculus. Who is the V right there?
Oh, Viru.
That's someone I'll have to catch up with.
Yeah, V's a good guy. He done the shitlords meetup in London a couple of weeks back.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, him and Sargon were there with quite a few others. I missed it, I'm afraid. But no, V's a good guy, and all of a sudden they started picking on V, and of course, as you can see.
And so Red Pill's talking about frying bigger fish. What's that? Sargon getting uppity and impotent for impatient for my attention. Relax, it'll be your turn soon enough. Cheers, mate. And projection much. I don't really. So they're just basically looks like they're just basically attacking this person.
Yeah.
They're attacking Sargon and kind of like mocking and teasing him. Hey, coach, these are arguments.
Do that.
The defenders of the white race are using. No wonder there's a white genocide. And then RPR says right here, it was Roach or Coach. By the way, he's acting. I would say Roach. He wants to go down the name calling route. That's pretty funny. Come on, kid, you can do better than that. I mean, it's just basically a shit post here where some people are having a go at each other, a ding dong, if you will, on Twitter.
Mm-hmm. It was much larger than that, but that's the fragments I can pick out at the moment.
Huh. So, but in the end result, this is the thing that got him. This is a direct result of what got Sargon banned. No,
it just seems quite strange that just shortly after that little ding dong that was going on, you know, his account got locked. A bit strange.
Oh man, it's never ending. I wonder sometimes how it is that I haven't got banned off Twitter or knocked off of YouTube. I mean, I never censored myself in any way. Well, I take that back. I've self-censored more and more as I continue on and realize that, well, there's a few people watching. But that's not because of anything someone is threatening me some repercussions for. That's just because it's like, ooh, some people are watching, you know. Better not be an ass every time that some people are watching me. Anyway, Sargon will make it through this. I know he will, but it's just like I keep saying, it's a freaking bummer to me, man. He's supposed to be on sometime very soon, and this is the Britisher and my way of communicating with Carl about this stuff. And we're not the only ones. They know that too. They're like, okay, we'll take out this method of communication.
Well, His second account will be up this time next week again anyway, so we'll see what happens then. Hopefully he'll get his original account unlocked.
Man, definitely, hopefully. I don't, oh man. You know, they got Jordan Peterson for 12 hours on YouTube or whatever it was, just shut him down.
Yeah, again, that was for absolutely nothing. So any of us
they
could
had their
be...
reasons, but they wouldn't share them.
Yeah, there's something slightly wrong about that, and they should, if they've got their reasons, they should say their reasons. Yeah.
Of course they should. Oh shit! No, I'm presenting. That's the thing. When it's just two people, all I got to do is click on the icon below, and they start sharing. But to stop, it's like I got to click on one or the other, and when I click on me, I just keep screen sharing. Well, I don't know. I would just encourage people that have watched this little craziness today, to, if you know Sargon or follow him, to not let this go and to not ever let it go. And of course, I don't mean to go all Antifa and start burning stuff down and make it welcome to hell a la Hamburg, Germany. I mean, you know, send some tweets, send some messages to Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Google, whoever it may be. The more people that do that on a regular basis, the more they'll realize, man, this is our viewership. This is our patronage, our patrons. These are our people, and they don't really dig what we're doing right now. Does it make sense, RPR?
Makes 100% sense. Oh, it just bugs me out a bit. Sometimes it does. Anyway, I'm going to kick back into the room.
All right, brother. I sure appreciate you swinging by. I'm going to wrap it up. Final rant, and I'm going to be gone. RPR, I'm not going to be here longer than 3:30. I have some duties to take care of. What a great guy. Sometimes I feel like I pressure him to come in. And RPR never has said that he's some great Caesar-esque public speaker, but a lot of his ideas and his thoughts they're good to me. They're really good, whether I agree with them or not. I usually do. So it's nice when he swings in. I hope I don't put too much pressure on you. I really appreciate that, brother. In the end, it says the only thing it takes for tyrants to reign is for good men to do nothing. And so in the end, we need good people, good men to stand up and to do something. A lot of those good men are listening to me right now. They really are. A lot of y'all are English. A lot of y'all are Americans. But a lot of y'all are the good men that need to stand up and, call me, say I'm going overboard on this or whatever. Say it's because he got me 350, 400 subs overnight. And that does play in. I won't even lie. That does play in. But the main issue with me is that someone's line of communication has been taken out. It affected me this time, but if I don't say nothing about it this time, and it doesn't, and it didn't affect me, well, the next time it may, and it did affect me, it's going to affect every single one of us. So here, look, listen to this song, and I'll be back in a couple minutes, and I'm going to give you my final thoughts. I hope everybody's having a great day. If there's any suggestions for a free last song of the show, I'll take any into consideration. How you doing, Foogie? Good to see you, brother. Kick back and enjoy. This is one of my favorites, Emo Trump.
I am being viciously attacked with lies and smears. I think it's a disgrace, and I say that, and I say that. They're making me out to be a very mean, bad kind of a guy, and that's not me. What the hell is going on? They're sneaky, dirty rats. Really not a bad person, by the way. The American American dream is dead. We're dying. We're dying. I've never said I'm a perfect person, nor pretended to be someone that I'm not. Anyone who knows me knows these words don't reflect who I am. The media is so dishonest and so corrupt, and the pile-on is so amazing. The whole thing is one big fix. One big fix. It's one big ugly lie. It's one big fix. The press can't write the kind of things they write, which are lies, lies, lies. Stories of fabrications and false. They write lies, they write false stories. They know they're false, it makes no difference. And frankly, our country is going to hell. I've always been thin-skinned. The tone is such hatred. I've been thin-skinned from day one. The tone is such hatred. I don't have thin skin. I have very strong, very thick skin. And I don't call it thin-skinned. I'm angry. I'm very angry. What do you have to lose by trying, Trump? What do you have to lose? Your schools are no good. You have no jobs. 58% of your youth is unemployed. What the hell do you have to lose?
Love the flow. 69. Now it's time for new, believable people, and we must do it. If we don't control insiders, this will be over and over. To lead by an any big fat love, find common ground to halt the spread of lies, and we must do it big fat love, find common ground to halt the spread of lies, and any America first. America first. Non-fatal. We want to build a much better, believable people, and we must do it non-fatal. Communication very much higher. America first. To lead by an any insiders fighting for insiders. Time to stop. Insiders fighting for insiders. More of insiders fighting for insiders. Time to stop. Insiders fighting for insiders. America first. Love the flow. 69. Now it's time for new, believable people, and we must do it. If we don't control insiders, this will be over and over. To lead by an any big fat love, find common ground to halt the spread of lies, and we must do it big fat love, find common ground to halt the spread of lies, and any America first. America first. Non-fatal. We want to build a much better, believable people, and we must do it non-fatal. Communication very much higher. America first. To lead by an any insiders fighting for insiders. Time to stop. Insiders fighting for insiders. More of insiders fighting for insiders. Time to stop. Insiders fighting for insiders. America first. Whoa.
Well, it was kind of a joke about the guitar player or the Trump guy. What I think about Stephen Miller is he's been around for such a long time, and he helped out on the campaign trail. He's a known quantity. I wonder about Scaramucci and why that happened when I think about Miller. Because Scaramucci, I mean, was that a, if you buy into the 4D chess thing, well, then you got to figure that the Trump administration headed by the Trump himself would have hired Scaramucci with the idea that he would get rid of some people and then be gone in 10 days. So I just, but that's what I wonder about sometimes is he could be a great communications director. I mean, I know that he has a position now, but I just don't see the need for a lot of these other superfluous people hanging around. Bannon. Okay. Why is he there? Well, his daughter, I do get that. No one would tell me I couldn't have my daughter and my confidant in business for years right by my side. But that said, Bannon, Kushner, her husband, Ivanka's husband, I just don't, he shouldn't be there like he is. Shouldn't be that way. Our government has gotten out of control. And one thing that we don't like is nepotism. So we consider that our government's already out of control, and then you throw nepotists in there, a bunch of nepotism, a bunch of I'll scratch your back, you scratch mine, family first kind of deal, blood's thicker than water, let's stick with the program, get in the club, hump that pig head, lay in that coffin. Oh, I think that's why they hate Trump. Because he likes to call it a small loan, but the figures vary. What I heard that I believe is he got a loan of something like 10 or 100 million. It was a lot of money. It might have been 10 million. He got a loan of like 10 million from his father. Maybe 100 sticks in my mind for whatever reason. And he paid it back, yes, but they're not members of this good old boy club. Donald Trump's dad, ground up kind of guy. And then they've passed this on. They're not Rockefeller money. They're not Warbirds, Rothschilds, Morgans. They're not those people. They're not them. They're not the Collinses. You dig it? They haven't done I don't believe Trump. In fact, you've got Newt Gingrich saying, well, and Newt's now a big pundit for Trump, huge pundit for him, but you've got Newt Gingrich saying, well, he'll never be president because he hasn't taken any of the oaths or been to any of the initiations or done any of the ceremonies. Speaking, of course, of Bohemian Grove and Skull and Bones and the Rosicrucians and the Masons, Council on Foreign Relations, CFR, these other vast steering committees, the Bilderbergers. It has been said to me, and I agree, no, they don't set firm policy that will be obeyed in these get-togethers with these Rosicrucianists, these Ku Kluxes, these soothsayers, the Agamemnons of our day. They don't set hard and fast policy, but they steer it. Steering committees in Congress don't set hard and fast policy. What they do is they decide what policies are even going to be up for debate. What do you folks want? Do y'all folks want somebody telling you what to do? Do you want somebody telling you what to think? Nepotism, tip of my tongue, ogre, read my mind. No problem, no problem. I just seen my name up here. When I see my name highlighted, I usually look up and see what it's about. There is, and you don't have to take my word for it, you vote for them all the time. There is a vast network of human beings that decide what will and won't work, what will and won't fly, what will and won't die. A lot of the people in this vast network are a member of a group of folks that are varied and diverse, but they're all these Luciferians. They're all these folks that stem from the Adam Weishaupt school of thought. You don't have to believe in conspiracy theories. All you have to do is look and see that, oh man, George W. Bush and Kerry were both Skull and Bones members. We've had 6 presidents were bonesmen. This is from a group of people that there's only 32 a year. And they've only been around for, what, 100 years. So it's not something that, a little bit longer than that. I think they were 18. It's a little over 100 years. It's too hard to think outside the box so far that you don't draw a conclusion between all of our presidents, minus maybe 3, were Masons. The George Washington has been in the pose of Baphomet there with the robe and the as above, so below with the scroll in his hand. It's a Washington monument. It's a freaking obelisk. I don't know what an obelisk is. I don't want to sound like Chank Jägermeister, but look it up. An obelisk is a phallic symbol representing the penis of the adversary. And you know what? It doesn't matter if you believe in God or Satan when you're talking about Luciferians and this side of the world. Oh, and why is Ogre talking about this? He started with Sargon. How can this be his final words? Got nothing to do with it. Yes, it does. MTV, and this MTV is music television, right? Well, it started in Canada, and their first base, their first studio was in a Masonic lodge. This idea of social equity is not a good thing, folks, because it's not equity, it's not equality of opportunity we're talking about. It's equality of outcome. It's a victim narrative. It's identity politics played in the most vile of fashions. It's beyond a transfer of wealth and power. Because, yeah, you can look at the world today, and the wealth and the power still resides pretty firmly in the hands of white folks. I mean, yes, that's true. And white nations to boot. The only 2 nuclear superpowers on Earth that I'm aware of right now are both white nations. The United States and Russia. I just want to smoke some grass. This conspiracy has gone so far that now they're delving into our realm. Anita Sarkeesian is no more than a puppet, a shill, a mouthpiece for a greater agenda. I'm not sure that she knows it. Don't get me wrong. I'm not sure that she wakes up and is privy to this, and she wakes up every morning and goes to board meetings on New World Order takeover. No, but she's given a platform and pushed along by the powers that be. Nobody makes it in this. It makes it big. There's a few get by in my mind, like maybe Boogie. There's a few that get by. They get up in the millions. And they're not them. But for the most part, you know, you got Poisoning the Well with just unbelievable, hilarious content. Their content could make it on any TV show. I mean, people would be entertained by it. They're unbelievable. But they're nothing, right? Because of their rhetoric. Because their idea of equality, plain and simple. Not equality of the races or the sexes, but equality, egalitarianism. Logic and reason are being downplayed to the point where soon enough, folks, they will be illegal. George Orwell couldn't imagine what the money manipulators have in mind for us. I've said it before. I'll say it again. In the old days, the slave master was meant to house and feed the slave. In this new world we live in, the slave is required to feed and house himself. Most of us, probably everyone hearing me right now, is a slave. I mean, think of George Carlin. Look at what he said. God rest his soul. Think about what George Carlin said. It's a big club and you ain't part of it. Neither am I. He wasn't part of it either. You know, this isn't all of the stars. Maybe Matt Damon, you know, Matt Damon might be one of them. Or, you know, who's that other one? Who's the dun 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 doo. You know, that guy, Risky Business. I can't think of his name. He might be actually in on it. Tom Cruise. But for the most part, you have the Anita Sarkeesians of the world that are mouthpieces for this horrible agenda and don't even fully know it. They just reap the benefits and go on with their daggone blinders on, not giving a shit, not giving a care, not knowing anything. But I'm making it, I'm okay, I'm all right, therefore screw everybody else. You know, that's not fair to the world. And look, I ain't trying to be no SJW. Fuck the world, right? FTW, that's what we come up with.